Alright, hey everyone. Today, I don't know how you got trapped in this YouTube video with me, but we're going to be looking at how the coronavirus is impacting the University of Waterloo, sort of how the university is dealing with it, and how it might have a future impact. We're going to be looking at co-ops, and we're going to be looking at the school terms. So that's what we'll be covering today. I'll try to keep it short, and I hope you all enjoy the video. So I have some information links that I will have somewhere on my screen. And basically, we're going to look at co-op first. I'm currently on a co-op term, and I'll just quickly talk about how that's sort of been impacted by the coronavirus. Essentially, what is happening is the university has sent out an email, and they've said that if you are on a co-op term, you can end your co-op term and you will still receive your credit. And I think this might be more geared towards students who are away from home, maybe their support system, and it's just for their safety, it makes more sense for them to end their work term. I know for most people what they've done is they've just gone and opted for a work at home, and that's sort of what I'm dealing with right now, where I just wake up, work my 8 hours, and that's sort of my day. I'm glad that they've offered it. I think that they have the students' safety in mind, and I sort of think that's where that sort of offer has come from. People that have had a more significant impact on the coronavirus are those that are on a school term right now and have applied to co-ops. And the reason is because these students have applied to co-op positions, they've done their interviews, they've actually gone and received offers, but then they've had their offers taken back. And that's just because of sort of a suspension on the co-op program and this massive impact on the coronavirus for employers and for small businesses. The way the university is working around this and what they've sort of done for their students is they've said that if you've had your co-op term affected by the coronavirus and you're a student of the University of Waterloo, you can now graduate from your program with one less co-op credit. And they're basically saying, if you're a student, don't worry if you don't get a co-op credit. You don't have to stress about it because you can just take that reduction and you'll still be able to graduate. This does have a more significant impact on some people. I know there's been an email that's been sent out about some students that have spent money on housing based off their co-op positions, but then they've had their offers revoked. So there are some implications that still need to be worked out. But that's sort of where they stand on those people for their future co-op positions. Now, if we were to look in the future for even further co-op positions, this is just my opinion, this is my 2 cents. This doesn't actually mean anything. This isn't really a fact or anything. But I do see a little bit of a more or higher difficulty in obtaining future co-op positions just because there's talk of a recession, and that just might mean that there's less job postings for companies might have less leeway for like a junior developer or something like that. So you might see less postings, and then also we might have an impact on out of country postings just because there have been so many travel restrictions. So that's sort of my 2 cents on it. I have no idea. It could be anything, but that's my opinion on how future co-ops are going to get affected. Okay, so we've talked about co-op for a little bit. I think it's time that we go and take a look at how the school term's getting affected. So if you're a student, you're going to courses, you're going to classes, lectures, quizzes, exams. Let's take a look at how that's impacted right now and how it's going to be impacted in the future. So if you're a student right now, there's been this sort of significant transition in how content's getting delivered to you. I have an email right here. I'm going to have it somewhere on the screen about how it's sort of getting changed. Essentially what they said is students right now will be able to change their grade from numeric to credit received or no credit received. I believe the reason they're doing this is because they are expecting an impact on students' grades because of a change in how content is delivered. It might be more difficult to digest now that it's all online. And essentially what they said is there will be no in-person lectures. Everything will be remote. So you're going to have, and they've outlined this here. This is not even the right email. This is the right email. So they said that you might have Khan Academy style videos, you might have PowerPoints, or you might have lectures or streams for your lectures. So your lectures are all going to change to an online format. And they've also said that your exams are going to be impacted. So the way that exams are going to be impacted is now you're either going to have a take-home exam or a timed online exam, or what they're going to do is they're going to shift the weight so that you might have more quizzes that are weighted much more higher throughout your entire course. and then you might not even have a final exam. So that's sort of how school is getting impacted. I see two main concerns here, and these are the two concerns that I have. The first concern is for students in the social life and social atmosphere. I've been on a co-op term, I've been working from home. Already there's been an impact on social life just because I'm sort of confined to staying at home. But again, if you're a student going to university, you want to be meeting people, you want to be talking to people, and also you can ask your friends for help and stuff like that. So I see a little bit of an impact in sort of the social aspect of university. And then I also see an impact in the additional resources that Waterloo offers. You might not know this, but Waterloo has upper year students that will provide help and guidance, and they have all these other resources on campus that are now, I'm not sure if they're available or they might be in a different form, but because of that, I think that's also why they opted for that credit, no credit option. So if you have like a 60%, instead of showing a 60% on your transcript, you can instead say, I got a credit received, just because there's been a sort of academic impact on shifting to a different format halfway through the year. If we look to the future, they have announced for the summer term that it's all going to be online. It really sucks. I hope that it blows over before then. That's really my hope, but there's been no real signs of that as of yet. But you know what? I hope everyone just stays safe. I hope everyone stays healthy. I'm going to have a bunch of resources that we have sort of available to us linked down below. And hopefully you guys just keep up to date, keep reading the information that's given to us, and everybody has a great day.